Are you an innovative entrepreneur or business owner ready to embrace the future of business transformation?
The world is evolving at an unprecedented pace, and it's crucial to adapt and pivot towards success in this dynamic landscape. At the Hello LLC, we are dedicated to guiding you through this transformative journey, offering a comprehensive suite of services that extend beyond the metaverse and 3D immersive experiences.
Our mission is to empower businesses and brands by assisting them in building, branding, systemizing, and automating their operations. We specialize in steering businesses from a two-dimensional existence to a thriving three-dimensional presence, where opportunities abound.
We help businesses harness the power of technology to work smarter, not harder, enabling them to operate efficiently and stay ahead of the curve. Our diverse range of services includes:
Our Biz in a Box is a complete business solution package designed to jumpstart your entrepreneurial journey. From strategic planning to digital infrastructure, we've got you covered. Your one app, one tap solution.
Our Motion Work AI videos transform your brand storytelling with our cutting-edge AI-driven video production, captivating your audience like never before.
Our 3D VR environments will step you into the future of immersive experiences. With our custom 3D virtual reality environments that engage and captivate your customers.
Lastly, in our Pivot membership program, we offer tailored guidance and support to either show you, teach you, or take care of the transformation process for you.
According to a 2023 study by Fundera, a staggering 28% of small businesses in the United States do not have an online presence. This statistic underscores the importance of embracing digital transformation. Having a website is more than just an online presence, it's a gateway to unlocking numerous benefits, including reaching a broader audience, showcasing your products or services, generating leads and sales, establishing trust, providing customer support, and maintaining competitiveness within your industry.
The Hello LLC is committed to helping you excel in all these aspects of modern business, not just limited to the metaverse alone.
Why should you choose the Hello LLC to navigate this transformational journey?
By partnering with us and harnessing cutting-edge technology, you can provide immersive experiences for your customers, expand your global reach, reduce operational costs, and enhance brand recognition, all while working with a company that holds integrity in high regard. Our commitment to ethical and principled business practices ensures that your journey towards success is not only innovative, it is also firmly rooted in trust and transparency.
Don't wait. Take the first step towards a brighter business future. Contact us today to explore how we can support you in developing a remarkable digital presence and immersive experience that will leave a lasting impression.
And good evening, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, business owners, entrepreneurs, and forward thought leaders in corporations. Welcome to the Black Business Network. My name is David Jones, CEO of the Hello LLC, and the Hello LLC is committed to helping entrepreneurs leverage leading edge optimizations. And I am your business moderator this evening on the Black Business Network. The Black Business Network is a 24-hour network showcasing Black businesses, Black owners, entrepreneurs, thought leaders worldwide. We have speakers from London, from Singapore to Africa to Japan, North Carolina, Chicago, Los Angeles, and cities all around the United States. And I myself am coming to you live from Mexico. The Black Business Network is a global community sharing its business knowledge to empower, to inspire, to educate businesses about businesses, especially as we pivot and move forward from this 2D world to this 3D world. You literally can watch the Black Business Network in metaverse from your cell phone, your laptop, or your VR headsets, literally by going to the HelloLLC.io, where this is going to be showcased and more every time you go into the Hello Plaza. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I have a pleasure to introduce you to Miss Marilyn Holloway. She is the founder and CEO of Empowering Minds LLC. She is a specialist in ECE, which stands for Early Child Education. If you didn't know, now you do. And she's an advocate for nurturing young minds and provides transformation programs and resources for everyone that wants to learn about early childcare education. And ladies and gentlemen, I am here to introduce you to Miss Marilyn Holloway.
Oh, hello, hello. How are you, David?
I am doing amazing, Miss Marilyn. How are you doing today? It is a
I
pleasure to have you, ma'am.
I am doing super great. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, absolutely.
What if you could build your own city? A place where every child can find nurturing people to help them achieve their full potential. A place where every adult can access job training support, where health education is abundant, where social justice ruled the land. A place without limitations. Welcome. You have arrived at STEM City, USA. It is what every city should be. A safe and trusted community where you find people and resources to help you become everything you are and beyond. STEM City is unlike anything you have ever experienced. It is a digital twin of the world around you, only better. STEM City is about energy and soul renewal. It is more than a digital world. You can almost feel the power of live cultural events, music, and theater. STEM City promises a better future for children with caring mentors and hands-on activities with dedicated tutors to support our youth. STEM City is your passport to a healthy lifestyle with weekly events addressing our community's many issues. STEM City is your financial well-being with helpful information on wealth management, career advancement, job training, and so much more. STEM City is the community you deserve. It is the city where your dreams can come true. STEM City USA, a place in the sky that is accessible to all who reach for the stars.
So, Miss Marilyn, I know as a person that provides, transformation, with programs and resources with Empowering Minds LLC, when did you launch this business? I want to know that. When did you launch this, ma'am?
Well, let me take a step back, David. It all started from my family childcare business. It's called Now Later Home Childcare Services, and that led into Empowering Mind, which launched 26 years ago for my family childcare, and 2 years ago for Empowering Minds.
I love it. I love it. And before we even go into the business aspect, tell me a little bit more about Miss Marilyn. Where you from? What you do? What inspires you to get up and go in the morning?
Let me tell you, David, where I'm from Chicago. Okay. What inspires me in the morning, getting up every day, is to know that I have the opportunity to encourage uh, providers to have a voice for their program, or to reassure a little one that this is a safe place, a positive, nurturing environment. And a little bit more about myself. I am a mother to adult children, two adults, and I got three wonderful granddaughters that's aspiring gymnasts.
I love it. I love it. Not only that, you got babies, is what you got. And I know my mama still called me a baby. You still got babies.
Yeah, a sense, but I try to remind them they got that responsibility. So no,
I
the
love it. I love it. So, with your own family and with you being from Chi-Town and all the amazing things, that are going on, what motivated you to create, this child care program?
well, David, let me tell you, what motivated me. I was a young girl, 22 years old, that married. I was married, and it ended. I had two kids, so I had to relocate, and it brought me back to Chicago, all but to find out that I had a child that was dealing with special needs. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
losing my father, it was a need to succeed, so I could provide a home for them and a stable environment that going to offer them possibilities. So I had that need to arise above my adversities. So that's
I
where
love it.
childcare started.
I love it. And it amazes me that you women are kicking butt and taking names and starting your business and developing and scaling your business and all of these things. And I'd like to know, how did you manage, a company, bringing up the family with the studies, and I know you did a lot of participation in the community as well. How did you juggle all these things?
A lot of mistakes, getting up trying to get, oh my God. Well, one thing I wanted to do was be that constant force in my kids' life. So, with that being said, I had to kill two birds with one stone. I had to provide a living, and I had to take care of them. So I went into childcare. So they became my family. I was that surrogate mom. Where I go, we all gonna go, and that's how I survived. I connected with other leaders in the community. I was under some good leadership, had the opportunity to serve and grow under the leadership of some union advocate that taught me how to be involved in the community. I go by the rule: whosoever will, let them come. That's what I did.
I love it. And I think one of the things that you said at the very beginning is that you just learn by mistakes. You learn by showing up, you learn by doing it. And as my mama used to tell me, boy, you didn't come with no manual. And so, this is where, we have to just be able to learn these things and just be able to do them. And that's something, especially for myself, I don't have any kids. So I can only imagine what it has to take to run a business, to do studies, and to create a business, along with having kids and spending the quality times with the kids and the husband on the side, right?
Well, at that time, me, like I said, husband and I went our separate ways. But I tell you, one of my strong factor was I was under some ideas, some big mamas that prayed. I come from the background of praying and get back up. Don't that put it behind you, get back up and try it again. So I say that much, that we just kept on getting back up. We kept on trying new, but partnering up with people values that meant the same as me, and we wanted a change.
Yeah. Yeah. And what drawbacks, to running a family child care program were taking, on your own family, if you could explain that, because I'm pretty sure there were some, some good, some bads with that as well.
Well, of course, because when I started off, and they no longer had it, I started off 24 hours, 7 days a week. So, like my title, now or later. So they came now, they came later, and we had to sacrifice. I had to take care of. I had to provide a a stable environment for my children, and I wanted them to have the advantages. So one thing we had to do is share our space, and they had to share me as well as I had to share them, and we had to come together as a team. And that's what we do today. We are a team. My family and I are a team. I grew from 3 to 7, a family of 7.
I love it. I love it. So, tell me this, with your business of helping people, start a family daycare program, if you could explain to us before we go into deeper detail, what is it exactly that you do so people will know? What is it that? What does that process look like?
That process looked like simple. I am that bridge that going to help you get to unlicensed to license. I am that support that you need to get navigate through all of the political application requirements. What else? I also give mentorship. I'm a part of a mentorship program. Uh, I also help you. One thing about me is that I can help you gain resources, understand resources, and give you that support. Yeah.
That indeed. And when people do go to start, their actual family, childcare program, I'm more than certain you have to also explain to them, the drawbacks that they have to go through. What are some of those drawbacks that they might have to experience?
Some of those drawbacks that you might have to experience, you might have to limit the the traffic that comes in your house, because now it's not just your house. You know how we have our auntie Tina come over, maybe our cousin Jojo come over. They like to come over and play pity pat. You guys to catch me on my hours that I am not in operation. So that was one of the things that my family had to understand, that, I'm working hard, and I can't have a lot of company. Another drawback is the fact that you have to share your space. They have to share their space. They have to share their toys. They just have to share. But they was building relationship. So that
Yeah.
was a good thing.
And I can only imagine trying to deal with children in these days, in today's way of just raising children, and with social media and with all these things, not only trying to manage that expectations of the children, but also the education. And so what impact do you have with your educational and your programs, services that you offer to help out these family child cares?
That's a good question. Over the years, as a provider, we stayed inside these four walls, meaning that we was limited access. So, talking with other providers, I decided, hey, I got to have a voice. I need to be at that table, make some decisions. So therefore, I teamed up with the greatest union in the world. We is one of the largest unions in the Midwest, SEIU, and I had the opportunity to be a part of bringing training to Illinois, and we haven't never had training. Now we got somewhere we can go and say, hey, and I'm talking about that you can have accessibility, you can have resources, and the good thing about it is in person, it's online, it's Saturday, it's however you want it, and it just being a part of that force to empower a child care provider when we was looked at as just providers, but to put that professionalism behind what we do. Yeah.
Love it. I love it. And that's key. And especially as we as a culture, understanding that professionalism is a key, and that we cannot, continue to live like, oh, well, this is me, this is what I do, but really having some standards, really having some boundaries of how that we move forward and how we can be better as a group, as a culture, and really as we move forward and utilizing this new
Absolutely.
technology, utilizing this new way of communicating, especially as we educate, these youngsters. And like you talked about, there's different ways that we're going to have to be able to focus on that. So, how do you envision the future strengthening minds, and developing the minds? And how are you committed, to strengthening the childcare industry?
Well, that's easy, David, because I want to go global and use metaverse to do it. Period. Okay.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. She mentioned my word. I love it. I love it. And you're so spot on with that, right? Because for the Black community, we have to understand that it provides better childcare education. It provides culture preservation. It provides social justice conversations that we can have. And even more importantly, this allows not just us, but everyone to be able to be on a global scale. And they're
Yeah.
saying that by 2030, 60% of these children will be on metaverse. And right now, UCLA, right now, Texas Southern currently has their school in metaverse, to where now these school programs are going to say, hey, I got an on-campus tuition, I got an off-campus tuition price in the metaverse. And this allows people to be able to do the same thing. So, with you mentioning the metaverse, how do you see that helping you out a little bit, if you don't mind expanding on that?
Well, no, I don't mind expanding on it. I think about it makes my work easier when I have to type up policies, when I have to create a PowerPoint, or or maybe have a response, give a response to a potential client, right? Bringing them into a different platform and able to communicate back and forth with them and engaging them. But I tell you this about metaverse. You said how it is bringing it for young kids. I work with kids that have vision impairment, and that is exactly what they use. And I hear the little third, fourth grader talking about voice overlay. Oh, I said amazing, because he cannot even see, but getting ready to use the metaverse, and they use it for learning. Okay, they use it to learn how to do braille, so it is very educational. And definitely I want to go global and use metaverse to help me get there.
Absolutely. And you mentioned something that's key, that we have to understand, that the metaverse is going to give so many more people, especially the disabled people, a level playing field, right? To where they're not going to get looked at. They're not going to get judged. They're going to be able to go into an environment that might have legs, that might have all their arms, where people won't look at them in a certain way. And now they can feel accepted. And so you're so spot on with how this is going to be able to help out, childcare, and how that's going to look. And so,
Mhm.
which of your professional experiences have you found to be the most fulfilling, terms of positivity and influencing these young adults?
Like I said, I had the opportunity to be on a bargaining team, and that was bargaining for what's right, what we deserve, policies, uh, payments. Okay, fighting for when they they don't want to allow us to have access. Okay, when we live in a rural area, we providers, we need that access, and we need it now. So I really, one of the other things is becoming a trainer, bringing that information, encouraging the next provider to, you have a voice, you need to advocate for your program. Okay, so those was the two instrumental things that I bring to the ECE field.
I love it. I love it. And what are some of the things now and later, childcare services and Empowering Minds provides to their clients?
What are some of the things we provide now, far
Yes, ma'am.
as far as uh, exposing your children? I have a daycare that is believe in nourishment, believe in believe in the the way we teach our children, the way we welcome our children, the way we empower our children, so that feel self they can feel good about themselves, and they can grow up to be the best uh, a version of themselves.
Yeah, and you say that because I have an experience when I was younger, and I've shared this, before. Is that when I was in fifth grade, one of my teachers told the classroom that I didn't read as well. And I had experience with my father where, when I start reading out loud, my father backhanded me when I couldn't read the word turtle. And I would always read, but when it comes to reading out loud, that trauma really, impacted me as I grew up. And that teacher really, blackballed me against the rest of the teachers, or against the rest of the students. And, I really think your type of expertise, your way of helping other people, share with, these youngsters how they can educate themselves and how they can educate others. And more importantly, the conversation that they need to have. Because, I don't want that to happen to anybody else, because, that traumatized me and created drama all the way up until I would say, 35 years old, until I really got to the point to where, hey, I got to read out loud more often. And I came over that fear, especially what my father did, especially what that teacher did, and more so forgiving, other people so we can forgive ourselves. For the youngsters that are out there that are, in school, that are going through maybe a similar situation, I'm just here to share with you now that, only you can give your power away. Nobody can take your power away unless you give it. And so don't allow anybody to say anything negative about you, because that impacts the story that you tell yourself. And don't allow anybody to demeanor you and take that for, for who you are, because you know who you are. As my mom used to say, sticks and stones may break my bones, but, words will never hurt me. And although that's easier to say, it's also a lot harder to do. And so, that's where I encourage you all to really be able to understand that, it takes a lot. And, even more so, Miss Marilyn, what encouraged you, what compelled you, to get into early childhood education? What's the story behind that? Somebody just said, hey, you're going to do this.
Well, it goes back. It went from I had to need to survive until I got fed up about the government that we was serving, and we could not get any access to training, limit training. I could not get there because it's all the way across town, or maybe the resources. So we had to fight for that training, so that you want to hold me accountable according to the state of Illinois. I got to hold you accountable that you give me the tools. So what really inspired me is really having the tools necessary for the providers to have access to them, and a place to go where they can reach their professional goals. And then if they have the access to training and tools, guess what? We can provide the kids with a quality supportive education.
I love it.
Because we are educators too. Just because we're in our home, that don't mean we are educators too. We go to school, we get the training, we put the work in just like the teachers.
And more than anybody else, right? Because you went through the system, you've learned through the system, and so you can go back and share, things that they can be able to improve. And speaking of which, I know you've been a huge impact into the childhood, in this industry. What are some things that you've done that you can share with us, that you've supported the childhood, industry?
Well, I did a couple of things. I was previously a BAS instructor. That's a business administration. I come in there. Uh, I can coach a provider how to get the business in of her program up. Meaning, do you understand that you got to have set some policies in place? It's the number of the policies. I have became a CDA specialist. That's a child care professional development specialist. So I come there and assess your program, as well as assessor for the National Association for Family Child Care. Come there and assess your program to say, hey, that child care provider go over and beyond, and she have a quality program. So I hate it. Yes.
So speaking of that, can you share, one successful story, that serves a reminder and a reason why you continue this journey?
Well, it is one of I have so many of them, but one reason that I can remember that really melts my heart. I had all my parents, I gave hours and hours of care, but it's this one lady. She worked 6 days a week. She went to school and she worked. and it was like 16 hours. I mean, I practically was raising a kid, David. And what my granddaughter is 6 years old. 6 years ago, she was in the delivery room helping deliver my granddaughter, my second
Mm.
granddaughter. And so that was amazing. And I was the one that was watching her child, making sure her child go to school. Her child go to school, make sure he washed his face, having that support, helping them with homework, all but to end up that she was gonna help bring my grandbaby in the world.
That's amazing. And that's something that we share, living here in Mexico, is that people here, there's a different culture, there's a different vibration, and people care about one another, right?
Yes.
No matter what has to be done, people will do that. And that's something that I remind us as a culture, that we have to have the same mindset and the same aspirations to want to help each other, because we know, well, if we help somebody, we're going to get that back tenfold. And so, with that being said, what are 3 words that best describes who Marilyn is?
Well, of course, I'm a connector, David. I love to connect. Okay. I am a person that has resources. I love resources. I bring the resources to the table. And as well as I'm very loyal. I believe in loyalty.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And how would you like, for the early childhood industry to remember you? What would you like them to remember Miss Holloway by?
I want you to remember, no matter what your circumstances may be at the time, you can rise above it and you can win and you can make a difference in this world with just building those relationships, just collaborate, just knowing that you is not in this alone, that we do this as a community when it comes to caring for children, when it comes to empowering adult mind. We do it together and we can win together.
That indeed, that indeed. Collaboration is the new competition. Collaboration is the new currency.
Yes, it
Collaboration
is.
is the new power. And collaboration is where we all can win on this earth together. And so, Miss Marilyn Holloway, I want to thank you so much for you giving
Thank
us your time today. It was absolutely amazing to hear
Yes.
the middle and the end, and what you've done and what you continue to do. And I would love for you to share with the folks, how can they find you? Where can they find you at? Because I know you got some big things coming here in the near future.
Well, you can find me on social media. I'm on LinkedIn, real or heavy, on all the social media platform. I am on this great platform, the OWL platform, which is a one-to-one instant connection. You can call me. I'm on there pretty much 24/7. And last but not least, my biz in the box is coming, where it's a one-stop shop into the metaverse. So look out for it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I cannot wait. We cannot wait. It is on the way. T minus probably about 2 weeks, if not less. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all for listening to Miss Marilyn Holloway. And it's been an absolute pleasure, ma'am. I thank you so much.